So today we are going to solve systems of equations using our graphing calculator. This is just meant to be a brief reminder. If you are already okay with using your graphing calculator, then you can just go ahead and solve it, and you can stop the video and just look at the answer. That's fine. In order to use your graphing calculator, first of all, you have your system of equations here. You have to solve each equation for y. So for each one, we're going to get y by itself. So in the first one, we get y equals negative 5/3 x minus 5. In the second one, we're going to get y equals 2x minus 45 halves. After you've solved each equation, now we are ready to actually plug it into our calculator. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our calculator. You're going to want to go to y equals. You're going to clear out any equations that are already there, and you're going to type in the equations that you're wanting to graph. So the first equation you type into y1, the next one you're going to type into y2. You're going to go ahead and hit graph. Now for this one we are graphing two lines, so you should see two different things pop up on your screen. So here's our first one, and the second one should be coming soon. And sometimes what happens is you can't see all of your line because of the window. So right now we know these two lines are supposed to intersect. They're supposed to intersect somewhere down here kind of off the screen. So what we need to do is we need to adjust our window so that we can actually see that intersection point. So you're going to want to hit window. It's up top next to y equals. Your standard window is from -10 to 10 for both x's and y's. So you can go ahead and you can change all of these x and y values to make it show. Our graph was supposed to get lower in y's than we actually could see on our graph grid, so you might want to change the y minimum value if you're doing it by hand. Otherwise, you can hit zoom, and you're going to press 0, zoom fit. And so what that does is your calculator then graphs what they think is the best viewing window for your lines. So after your graph has graphed both of your lines and you see any and all points of intersection, then we can go ahead and calculate the point of intersection. So you're going to hit second, calculate. Calculate is right next to graph. And we specifically want number 5, the intersect for this one. So you should see a cursor. For mine, you can see it on my blue line there. So I'm going to hit enter because that's my first curve. Then you see it prompting, is this your second curve? And you're going to hit enter. Yes, this is my second curve. For your guess, if there's only one point of intersection, you just hit enter for your guess. But if your graph crosses each other more than one time, you're going to want to get close to the intersection point and then hit enter. And so that should give you your intersection point. If it's not a nice number, like at the bottom here, you can see that this decimal here doesn't really turn nicely into a fraction that we know of. So if that's the case, then what you can do is you can round to the nearest hundredth. So for this one, this should be 4.77, negative 12.96. So that is how you graph and find intersection points on your calculator. One thing I would recommend is going back to your standard viewing window when you're done. So if you go ahead and hit zoom, zoom 6 should be your standard viewing window so that next time you kind of see what you're used to seeing. Thanks.